Gray. The defense for the first of 6 police officers accused in the death of Freddie Gray continues to present its case. Officer William Porter is charged with manslaughter, assault, and misconduct while in office. WJZ investigator Mike Hellgren is live outside the courthouse downtown to update today's testimony. Mike?
Jessica, this afternoon on the stand right now, Chief Timothy Longo from the Charlottesville, Virginia Police Department. He is an expert witness for the defense, and he just testified that it is the responsibility of Officer Caesar Goodson Jr., the responsibility of the van driver, and not Officer Porter for making sure that Freddie Gray was safe. Officer William Porter's lawyers pressed forward with his defense this morning, a day after calling their star witness, Officer Porter himself. Porter testified that Gray never told him he couldn't breathe, and he never considered his injuries an emergency until he was unresponsive at the final van stop at the Western District. Under aggressive cross-examination, Porter remained composed, yet fought back against allegations he lied to protect fellow officers and changed his story.
Officer Porter came across as very competent, very honest, somebody who grew up in the community, who cares very much about the community that he has grown up in.
The driver of the van, I mean, the van, that's his ward. So the van driver, if anyone's responsible for seat belting him in, is probably going to be the van driver.
Another key witness in the events of April 12th is Dante Allen, the man in the police wagon with Freddie Gray, who previously spoke to WJZ.
Did I get a rough ride? No. I was fine in there, and I didn't even have no seatbelt. They don't seatbelt us when we get in that van.
Key is whether jurors believe Gray already suffered catastrophic injuries at the 4th wagon stop when he asked Porter for a medic and didn't get one, or just before the last stop when Porter and another officer who testified for the defense pulled him from the wagon and were with Gray until the ambulance took him to shock trauma. And to bolster the defense theory, they brought in a neurosurgeon from Washington, D.C., and he said that based on his review of this, that the injury happened later, that Freddie Gray would not have been able to tell Officer Porter he couldn't breathe because he wouldn't have been able to speak, because he believes that this fracture was complete and Gray would have been immediately paralyzed after it happened. Live at Courthouse East, Mike Hellgren, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Mike, thank you. Here's what you need to know during the second week of the trial for Officer William Porter. The first defense witness of today was neurosurgeon Matthew Ammerman, who said, as you heard, Gray suffered catastrophic spinal cord injury, leaving him paralyzed and unable to speak. He also testified that Gray could not say that he was short of breath because he would have been unable to talk. Stay with WJZ for complete coverage of Officer Porter's trial. We will continue to bring you the very latest from the courthouse as the defense continues to call witnesses to the stand.